Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the Ascension Playground. This is your friend Ursula. And again, thank you so much for subscribing, liking, and sharing the Ascension Playground videos. It's been such a delight. And now that we've hit more than 500 subscribers, I'm giving back to share with you a little bit more about the 5 lucky winners. So here is our second subscriber. We will call her Tara. And so Tara, let me go ahead and jump right into sharing my screen. Here we go. Okay, Tara Goddess. Now, for you, my friend, I'm going to focus on two things. One, let's go to the very basic of your astrological wheel. And then secondly, we will talk about that super galactic center. Thanks to you asking for a free mini, I was actually inspired to try and find that super galactic center in astro.com. In fact, let me move my little face here so you can see. If anyone listening is interested in seeing a free natal chart, you need your birth date, location, and the time of birth. If you've got that, you can put your material in and get a free chart. You don't even have to give your real name. So for Tara Goddess, here we go. What I like to do when I start reading a chart is to first of all look over here and see what the setup was that you agreed to in this particular soul incarnation. Your sun in Libra, it says fall. So the bright, beautiful light of Libra is falling in your chart. In other words, what you said to yourself was, okay, instead of being in domicile or exalted, I'm going to try and keep myself a little underwater. And there's probably a good reason for that. You also thought that having your Venus, which is the representation of how you love, what you value, beauty, aesthetics, and money is also unfortunately in a fall position, along with your Jupiter, and Mars is sitting in detriment. So not to fear, because you've got many good things going for you too. It's just that for expansion, when we're on the other side of the veil, we think, oh yeah, I can take that on and that on. And yeah, keep piling it on until we get here and we go, what was I thinking? Okay, the next thing I like to do, dear Tara, is to look at this modality chart. So what I can see is there's a lot in the cardinal, that's what the C stands for, cardinal energy, likes to take initiation. Let's get things moving, let's get going. And there's some good qualities in the fixed areas as well, holding energy, especially with the emotional intelligence in water, and very strong also in the mutability. So mutable nature, um, the ability to adapt and change as the environment changes. So really nice and pretty well balanced. Then we look at your big wheel here, and that word balance seems to be a little bit off in this case. Okay, and so we're just looking at the energetics of your particular and beautiful snapshot of your cosmic wardrobe. So, as a painter, I used to do portraiture, and I look at these natal wheels when given an opportunity as a cosmic natal portrait. So here you are in this beautiful design. Now, what you're going to notice most is, do you see this line that runs from the ascendant all the way over to the descendant? That line is basically the horizon. So every planet that's below is something typically that you're working on underground. And then the planets that are above, above the horizon, are that which you bring out into the world. All right. So of the 12, let's say, zodiacal houses, they're categorized also into 3 main chapters. The first 4 chapters, house 1, 2, 3, and 4, are about your personal growth. It's how are you doing personally with your identity, your money, your stuff, your communication and learning, and your home, right? So we aren't seeing any planets currently in house 1, 2, 3. And then we get to 4, and it's got three planets. Now, houses 5, 6, 7, and 8, these are what they call interpersonal houses. And these interpersonal houses are basically you relating with another person or you with a small group. So it's learning not just about yourself, but you with others interpersonally. And we see, when we look at this 5, 6, 7, and 8, there's quite a bit happening in house 5. Now, the last 4 houses of the zodiacal wheel, 9, 10, 11, and 12, we do see some engagement with your part of fortune. We see your moon, Chiron, and Saturn. And part of fortune. Okay. So that's how we look. So we look at where's most of the activity for this lifetime. Looks like a lot's going to be learned under the horizon and interpersonally. Okay. So you with others. Now we look at the sun in Libra. So if you can see my marker, you decided to place your sun in Libra in the 5th house. Now, the interesting thing is the sun loves the 5th house because it's typically associated with Leo. However, in Libra, it falls. Okay. The issue with Libra is you have the sunlight beaming out, but Libra is the scales. And it's like, I see both sides. I see this side of the scale and I see this side of the scale. I see both. But the issue with Libra is it's really hard to make decisions. So it's like, I see both sides. Which one? It's like going to, let's just say, McDonald's. What should I have? Well, we all know the menu, but we still have to read everything and say, do I feel like that or that? So indecision is a marker for Libra. And the sun just wants to radiate out and say, here I am. This is me. I'm expressing myself in the 5th house of self-expression, creativity, and joy. But it's like Libra's going, should I say this or not? So always weighing things. So then I look at where's your moon, your inner emotional intelligence. And I see your beautiful moon way up here in let's see, moon in Pisces, 8 degrees, 45 minutes. Look at that beautiful moon right at the top of your chart. So this midheaven, MC, is the top of your chart. And any planet positioned close to this point, there's some key points in an astrological wheel, but your feeling sense, your emotional feeling sense in house 9 of the explorer, the one that wants to expand, and in Pisces, it's like, let's explore the cosmos. Let's go into the deep, deep waters of the ocean, metaphorically. And let's stop there. Let's just keep going right out to the universe. So that beautiful moon is at the top of your chart. Next, we look at your ascendant. Okay, your ascendant. You see these numbers, 7 degrees, 47 minutes of Cancer. Cancer, so how other people see you as your ship navigates in this lifetime as Terra Goddess is very much Cancer, the mother. And you have the planet Sirius A in your 1st house, close to your ascendant. So Sirius A, very bright. There's a lot that I know that you're in the Galactic Astrology Practitioner's course, so that focusing and tuning in about this particular Sirius A at your ascendant would be really helpful. Okay, the last thing I wanted to share with you, since we talked about the super galactic center, right? Here is the Virgo Cluster. And when you sent me your natal information, I got chills because it's only 2 degrees in conjunction to your natal Pluto. Your Pluto is also sitting in Libra. What does this mean? Pluto represents the outermost, object in space that we metaphorically include in our what I call planetology or astrology. So we're looking at Pluto as very far out away from Earth, and yet there's only like a 2 degree orbish around the super galactic center. So we have the galactic center, and then we have the supergalactic center. And the supergalactic center, whose gravitational energy is pulling in more than 30, some say 33 galaxies. It's this potent marker. And so yours is showing up here in the beautiful sign of Libra. Okay, so from the class material, and I'm sharing this in case anyone is interested in taking Julia's practitioner's course on galactic astrology, how to do soul readings, and help support others as we start learning how to navigate and have more of a galactic consciousness as it relates to our natal chart. Okay, so there we have it. Look at, and all these planets down here are merging their energies, right? So you've got Pluto with Mars, with Uranus, with the sun. So with this merging of energies, that would be called it's a cluster, but I know there's a term in astrology, a stellium. I tell you, I turned 60 and suddenly it's like my retrieval is a little bit shaky at times. So thank you. It's a stellium. When you have that kind of connections with so many planets all in one particular area. Okay, but there was one last thing I wanted to talk to you about, and this is more information that you can learn in Julia's course as well. I'm going to post, if you're interested in just looking at how much does it cost and what is it about, some of the Starseeds teachable links. The playground is an affiliate with Julia, so if you decide to look into galacticastrology.com, please consider using the affiliate link below. Okay, Terra Goddess, just to close up our mini, here's a very, very important feature when you look at your wheel. Okay, in case you didn't realize this, you have some intercepted houses and signs. The word intercepted in astrology, I just equate it to, I wanted to learn how it would feel if I put one arm behind my back and still tried to navigate and swim in this lifetime, right? And sometimes we put both our hands behind our back and just try and navigate by kicking our feet. I'm a swimmer, so it's like, okay, just kick, kick, kick. Well, an intercepted house, whatever sign or planets within the sign or the house of interception are typically called repressed. Okay, so hold that word repressed as just this idea that you're such an ancient being that you decided to play this game with yourself in this lifetime to see, let's see how I do when I push myself under. Will I pop back up? How will that work? So let's show you what's intercepted. When we first look at your ascendant, which starts here, the sign of Cancer begins with this thin line here, and then it comes and it finishes here. So there's 30 degrees in each of the signs, right? And then we go around the wheel. So we see the first house 1. The first house is your identity, it's your being, it's your body, it's your appearance. It's so many things, this first house. Well, your first house in Cancer, do you see where the first house begins and ends? It is consumed within this sign of Cancer. So whenever we find a house that's been intercepted, we go exactly opposite and find its partner on the other side of the wheel, and 100% that will also be intercepted. So what this is saying is please look at in our course material, what does an intercepted first house mean? And what does an intercepted seventh house mean? And the challenging part, unfortunately, Tara, is that you put your north node, the compass, where you're saying, I'm going to focus and learn over here. This is the marriage house. This is the either a business partner, one-on-one, marriage, one-on-one, or even psychotherapist, one-on-one. It's intense one-on-one relational um, relationships. That's what you came in to learn in the sign of Cancer. But you would say that your first and seventh houses are intercepted. So you can go and look, what does that mean in Julia's material? Next, let's go around the wheel and check everything else out. Okay, so we got Leo, boom, 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 boom. I'm looking. Okay, now let's see. Looking to see. Okay, now I get over here to your sixth house. Now your sixth house is opposite the 12th house. Okay, so within the sixth house, this sign of Sagittarius is intercepted. Do you see how it starts here in Scorpio, but then it moves, the sixth house moves, and it's just this whole sign is eaten up. And so then we look across the wheel and we go, oh, look at this. Sagittarius is intercepted, but so is this Gemini. So do you see in this 12th house, Gemini, the whole sign is like, so what does it mean to have an intercepted sign of Sagittarius and Gemini? Now, it gets a little more complicated, and I don't want to go there too soon, but any planet, you've got Saturn, let's say, in Gemini that's being intercepted. So Saturn, the teacher, the stern lawgiver in the 12th house, this will be a challenge for you. Okay, because it's this planet is being intercepted. But so is your natal Neptune. So, you know, it's just how you signed up and how you want to rock and roll in this lifetime. So it's when you look holistically, it's so fascinating. So when we have again the first house and the seventh house intercepted, I don't really know what it means to have an intercepted true north node. Mm. If I tune in, I would say the answer would be it might be difficult, super difficult for you to really have clarity around why am I here? What am I doing? I'm here on Earth, but what am I supposed to be doing? So it's pointing in the seventh house of relationships. And Capricorn likes to go step by step. So very much like tell me the rule book for how to really have engagement with partners, with really deep one, myself and another. So wow, this kind of went beyond a mini. It's just there was a lot there. And so we start looking at galactic, but sometimes going back and informing ourselves with the foundation, since we're here on Earth, what is it that the Western astrology can inform us with? What can the Vedic astrology, how can that inform me? And then you use your discernment to figure out, how do I want to navigate? So, beautiful Tara, here's what I would say. You have such access to that super galactic center. You are out, you have the potential to go into this gravitational force, a huge power spot with 30 plus galaxies. Okay. So my thought would be, yes, you have all this interception happening. How do you stay grounded? How do you get clear on why you're here? And what can you bring from that center point of the super galactic to help support humanity as we all move towards our evolution as a collective and with Gaia, our Mother Earth. Okay, that's all I got for you today on the Ascension Playground. I really appreciate it. That was number 2 of the freebies. I have 2 more to do and I have 1 free slot. So maybe by the time you hear this, that 5th slot will be filled. If I get more requests, I'll probably do another 5 free later on when I have a little bit more of a break. So thank you for all your support of the playground. I had no idea that we would hit 500 as we only began sharing and growing our playground since February of 2022. So blessings and see you next time. Bye, friends.